we are. Hope you can see me now. I think it's a bit delayed on the video. Right, basically I'm just going to come on for a few minutes just to show you how to refine your order blocks. So if you trade supply and demand instead of your retail trading, then you'll basically be looking for order blocks, supply blocks, demand blocks. I'm just going to jump on here. I've got GU up at the minute. Let me put it on big screen. That's not gone to plan. 2 seconds. They don't want to play ball. Yeah, so we'll just jump straight into it. Just refining any order blocks that you got. So as you can see, the daily, we're in a downtrend. So we've got lower highs, lower lows. Right, if we drop down to 4 hour, be a bit clearer. See how quick this wants to be today. Right, so as you can see, we've already got a major breaker structure here. Oh, it's gone a bit wonky, but you got it. I don't know why, but every time I come on to record, it always goes slow. Right, you can see a little one there. Right, I think we're going to have to drop down. So drop down to the 1 hour. We'll get it a bit clearer. Right, that's better. Right, let's zoom in. So, in fact, hang on. So the major breaker structure is this bottom one. So we've broke past major structure. We've broke the lower low, which means more than likely we're going to keep going lower. So if we zoom into the section that pushed through the last bit, first of all, straight away, you'll notice you've got some imbalance. So the gap in between the last up candle before the big push down, you've got some imbalance in between that. So let's just jump in. So this last up candle before your big push down, that is your supply order block. And this is on the hourly. So let's just set that as supply for sales. You've got another one, as you can see up here. So this line I'm drawing on now, that is another breaker structure. And what forced that breaker structure was this big bull candle up here, which is another supply area. Let's just set that as supply. So, all right, let's zoom out so you got a bit of a look on the hourly. So your green boxes, supply area, they're basically the last candle that's pushed past many breaks of structure pretty much, and the last one pushed past a major breaker structure. So I'd be very interested in this, especially for myself for sales this week, and if anyone else can jump on it. But all right, an imbalance, a good thing to look at is if you see a supply area or a demand area, if you've got a bit of imbalance, so no wicks within that area, just before you hit the supply or the demand area, then more than likely the market, or smart money, as you might say, will want to tap into that to take all the imbalance out. So now we're on the 1 hour. Let's drop down to the 30-minute and see if we can make it a bit clearer. So this first one, the last up candle, the last bull candle, is this one here. So we've refined it a bit more. And as you can see, if I zoom in, it has actually been tapped by the second candle, but I won't class that. Is this going to work? I won't. Oh, it's supposed to be an arrow. Forget that. Yeah, I won't class that as enough. I don't think it's gone in enough to take the orders that it needs. So I would still be looking at this. If we actually drop down while we're on this first one, if we drop down to the 15-minute, and let's have a quick look, see, we can refine it even more. Let's get that right there. So top of the wick to the bottom of the wick, that's refined even more. This is basic. Refining your order blocks is basically to get the smallest stop loss that is necessary, that you need to, as long as you're covered, which basically gives you a higher percent, a higher RR. So the bigger wins, more refining, the bigger wins basically. So let's drop down to a 10-minute and just see what it looks like on this first one. Oh, even better. So as you can see, we've got a bit of a doji candle here, which is perfect for the last order block. So we've refined it massively now. I believe when we started on the hourly, we were about there. But now we've gone all the way to this. We've saved a lot of RR percentage. So we will actually drop down a little bit more. Let's have a look. See, the 7-minute. We can even go a little bit more than the 7-minute. I won't refine it any more than the 7-minute, just because I want to keep it realistic, and I don't want to miss out on it, as it were. So that one's not defined, refined. So let's jump out on that one. As you can see, that is not get any smaller. Look how much smaller that is from a similar one. So that is now refined to the 7-minute, which would give us a lot better RR if we were targeting the lows. So if we drop a short position, say you had a sell limit, just if it wants to work, it never wants to work when you're recording a video, does it? Eh? Come on. Right, I think we've got it now. So generally, I'll drop it down a couple of pips. Well, not even a couple of pips, really. What are we? Yeah, a couple of pips below, just to make sure we're tacked in. A pip or two above. And if you aim for the low that was created, you've already got a 17.27 RR, which more than likely, if you're risking 1%, it will give you obviously just over 17% profit, give or take, whether you're going to take partials or just wait for the whole thing to hit TP or SL. Whereas before, on the hourly, we just roughly do it to where the hourly, you can see, if you'd put it on there, level with that candle there, you'd be only looking at just over a 5% win. So you can see how like refining order blocks is a must. Basically, it just increases your percent win. So let's jump down to the 7%. Let's put it right where it was, and then we'll jump to the other one. We'll jump to the one above, the more extreme level. So we're just before there, and we were about there. So that would technically be left to hit sell limit, tack us in, and get in on it. Right. So let's jump on the hourly. Forget that last one for now. This top one here, this forced a good break of structure. In fact, we've got a few breaks of structure on the hourly. We've got one there. The more they break, the stronger it is, and the more likely when it hits the order block that broke all this, it will pretty much, well, most of the time, it will bounce off it again. So as you can see, we're on the hourly last candle. So let's jump back down to the 30-minute. I'll try and make this video as quick as I can for you. Right, already we've refined it a bit more. 15-minute, let's see what we got on the 15-minute. Oh, lovely. Look at that. The last candle, we're taking off a lot of that area. Let's have a look. See how many pips this is itself now. So that's 7 pips at the minute. So that is a 7 pip order block. We'll have a look on the 7-minute. I do sometimes go down to the 1 minute, but it depends how clean the candle is. Yeah, this is not saying a great deal, so we will keep it to the 15 minute on this occasion, on this one. Let's make sure that is set for sales, supply. Yeah, probably go a little bit down there. Just cover the wick, the top wick of that. And let's see what our same again. So to the low, which would give you even more. So to the low that's already been created. Typical, isn't it? It's not working again. Let's just copy this one and move it across. Clone it. Right. Let's see what we can get out of this one, shall we? So don't think you can't get high RR, because you can. You can get really good RR. Cover yourself though. Don't go and ruin it. Just make sure you're covered. The main thing is to take profits out of the market. Don't try and be greedy. Just take profits out of the market. 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever you can get without being greedy, and protect your money. Right, so that to the low, that would be a 16. We'd probably go a little bit tighter if you wanted, but either way, if it hits the extreme, which this top one is, then I'd be looking to make a new low, if not level that low, and that would give us 16%. So, whereas if you'd gone the hourly for that one, it would have been a very small RR due to the massive last candle. 4.5 RR as opposed to 16% or 4.5%. I know which one I'd rather have. So just bear that in mind, traders, for the future. Just refine them as low as you can do with the neatest, basically. The neatest candle, up candle or down candle, whichever way you're looking to buy or sell like. If you can refine it the best you can, and then you've got a better chance, and it's even better if there's imbalance, like I said here earlier. In fact, on the 7 minute, I'm not sure, pretty sure. Most of the time you do get imbalance just below, which is great. Yeah, so you can see here on this extreme one, this gap here below that wick and above this wick, about there. Right, that is your imbalance. That little gap there that you see there now needs to be filled. It could be filled in an hour, 3 hours, 4, a day, 2 days, a week, but it needs to be filled. But if the market wants to continue down, it's got to come up here, take the remaining orders, tap into the order block, and then shoot back down, hopefully giving you that 16% or 17% win. So hopefully, traders, hopefully you've took something from today's video. If you want to comment any questions or what you want to see in future, I'm going to try and, as I'm getting more into it, I'm going to try and upload a video pretty much every week, at least 1 or 2 a week, of A, my journey, B, what you can look out for, and C, what will help you on your trading journey, basically. So, and if you can follow me on Instagram at the Rule of 7, then even better, because I post every day on there tips or like trade ideas. So if you give if you give that a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.